alcoholic addicts.
Welcome to Recovering Addict, another episode here Tuesday night.
Hello, everybody. We love seeing you on this amazing Tuesday.
And, dude, thanks for showing up. What
does it even say?
This is our very own Devin from the Discord. Thanks for tuning in, brother. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Today, we are going to cover problem solving. We're going to cover a bunch of questions from the Discord, a bunch of them. So I'm like, man, which one do I cover? So I figured I'll just read through them all and pull them up on the screen. You guys can help me in the chat to answer these questions. What is this button? Connection is unstable if you're on Wi-Fi. Try plugging in. We are plugged in. So let me know if I start getting choppy. I might have to do a little bit of thingy thing.
Misha, I love you.
There's Misha. So anyway, what is Recovering Addict? Recovering Addict is a support community based on the recovery, right? Anything, 12 steps, NA, it doesn't matter. If it has to do with being to be a better person and staying clean and sober, that's what we're going to deal with. What kind of addictions do we deal with? Any. Addiction's addiction in our book. I consider myself an alcoholic and an addict because when somebody's coming off of drugs or something, they usually end up into two different categories just because of the stigma of the old-fashioned Narcotics Anonymous and Alcoholics Anonymous before that even, you know. So I was an alcoholic. I became a fifth a night raging blackout drunk. I was a meth addict. I got a felony to prove it. I was locked up for a year, a stupid gel tattoo right there on my arm, sleepy because I was so dope sick. But after becoming an alcoholic, I checked myself into an IOP, started this YouTube channel, and then COVID hit. We decided to go live. Evolution took over, and here we are, one of the most communities you can find online. And if you're not a part of our Discord, that's where you want to be.
Well, drop the link.
And that's Link Ty right here behind me, bringing us some tea. Thank you, Linky. Some of you guys know his story. He's in recovery as far as physical pain and all that stuff. He got his head crushed about 3 years ago and suffered a TBI, and we almost lost him. But, man, he's doing almost 4 years now. Yeah. So a lot of stuff going on, you know. We have a Discord, like I said before. What does that have entail? That's kind of where we all meet. That's where we keep up with each other. That's where all the links are dropped. We have 16 plus hours of scheduled recovery live streams, recovery content, classes. The classes entail like what you learn in a rehab plus 12 steps. It's just a fire hose worth of information. It's a blast of what you're going to learn, get you a good idea, and you can use this as a supplement while you're looking to get into a rehab if that's what you decide to do, or if you're looking for an intense outpatient. But we're here to support you 24 hours a day. And today I watched the community like no other. And that's why I consider us to be the most loving community out there. I'm sure there are others that do what we're doing too, but I may be biased. But one of our members was struggling today, and they reached out. Are we frozen? We're
getting laggy.
We're getting laggy.
It's not just you up. Mine just went.
Hold on 2 seconds. Talk for a second.
I'm going to start saying hello to everybody. How are y'all in Texas doing? I seen that somebody from there was like, hey, from Frozen Texas. Cold here in Dallas.
Now we're going to be going crazy. Are we live?
Oh, look, we're back.
Are we? Turn it up. I want to hear it.
Here in Dallas.
Are we live?
Cold here in Dallas.
Crazy.
Oh,
okay,
look,
there
we're
we
back.
Are we live? Are we live? Technical difficulties. Oh my goodness. Seriously. Anyway, I see you again. Okay. Thanks for not leaving. Thanks for staying tuned in, y'all. According to our, I've been rearranging stuff, trying to figure out my computers, and
Froze like Texas.
we froze like Texas. Yeah. Oh well. Bring the helicopters out. Are you guys live? Yes, we're live, Brad. Hopefully, we're still live. Hopefully, we're live. If we are, please share this out. Mississippi is frozen too. What?
You're live.
Funny. Gosh. Quit. Now I'm irritated.
He's so grumpy.
It's not funny.
One thing to get LT mad is technical difficulties and pinching the back of his arms.
Yep. Oh, let's do both at the same time then.
Oh, yeah. Just making sure you're alive.
Yeah.
He's feeling so alive right now, guys.
So alive. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're back. We're back. We're okay. So we have 16 hours plus a live streams plus community content, blah, blah, blah. What did the community do today that blew my mind? We have a member who was struggling. She reached out on the Discord. Names and details don't matter, but she was struggling, right? We banded together. We opened up a Zoom meeting, and we have a Zoom meeting every day at 1 o'clock p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's Utah time, so you can do the math. Thanks, Epi. And instead of waiting till 1, we opened it right then, and a bunch of us jumped in, and we came up with this solution to a problem. And that's what we're talking about today, is how do you solve problems, because that's something we've ran from our whole lives, right? So our solution to the problem was, hey, we're going to chill. I'm available right now. I'm downstairs working on my computer. Somebody else was available who was just chilling on their computer. We opened the Zoom. We talked it out. Relieved a lot of tension, came up with a game plan, and every hour this person was able to check back in with us and make it through the day. We're like, look, how much hours do you got left in your work day before you're out of this, potential high risk situation? I only got this much time left. Let's make a plan. Let's check in with each other. All you got to do in recovery is make it through the next half hour, next hour. And if you have a group that's behind you, that's going to support you, take full advantage of it. Like, if you go to I say this all the time, if you're going to lock yourself up for 30 to 90 days in a rehab, you have to go there. I mean, they're not going to, you may get arrested and have to do drug court and that kind of stuff, but you have to get involved. You're not going to get better just sitting back. If you go to lock yourself up, that's a great place. If that's what you need, I highly suggest doing it. But you have to get involved. You got to read the books. You got to write the stuff down. If you do an intense outpatient, you still got to go to work or whatever, but you still got to make yourself go and get involved. You got to talk. You have to talk about the stuff that sucks. And then recovering addicts the same way. We have recovery for you. Like, here, you want to recover, here's all the support, education, anything you're going to ever need, but it's up to you to get in. This person decided to take advantage of it, and guess what? They're happier today because of it. They overcame. They problem solved. It's awesome. So I'm going to let Fleece say what's up to everybody in the chat while I sip on this tea.
May I use this?
Yeah.
Yes. I get the mouse. All right.
Holy cow.
Oh, look at that. But half my comments are gone, but Cherie did win, and I think she disappeared. Where'd you go, Cherie? What's up, Merc? Hey, Marilyn. Epi, good to see you. Lish. You looked so pretty today. Epi, hey, big brother. Let's see. Chat. Brad, you weren't first, but hello. Let's see, Raylan. Good to see you.
Brad. Ay.
Lauren, we love you. Glad you're
Hey,
doing
Lauren,
well.
I love you.
Raylene, hello again.
Raylene, yes.
Devin.
Yeah, I'm glad you came in, brother. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, Jeanette.
We're going to cover some cool
What's
topics
up?
today.
Dan.
What's
up, my people?
Cool name, cool frog.
People in the house. My Misha again, I love you. PD, thanks always for the hashtag share squad, sharing us out on the Facebook. Never know who needs to hear this tonight.
PD, next time we're in a Zoom, jump in, man. I miss your face.
Oh, yeah. PD. What's up, Brittany? Yeah,
Coffee guy.
He's the coffee guy.
Yeah, if you haven't seen our AA and NA stereotypes video, please do.
Oh, see that? Can always count on PD.
Yes, thank you, PD.
What's up, Stephanie? Glad your hoodie fits.
Yes, we're so glad you're here.
Layla, what's up? Carla, hello. Jesse
Carla,
George. You are getting choppy. Oh, we're better now, I think.
Choppy my wife real quick.
Hey, don't. Choppy.
Oh, yeah, Felice fell down the stairs yesterday, guys.
That is my owie arm.
Yeah. It's all swollen.
I know. It's swollen. It's got a big... Can you guys see my
So if
bruise?
you guys are a part of the Discord, go to the Just for Laughs. Felice took a snapshot of our Nest Cam in our upstairs living room. She came in. The dog had thrown up on the top step. She takes about 2 steps or maybe 3rd step down, hits it, slides. Sounds like somebody drove a car down the stairs.
You can hear it. It's loud.
You hear a glass go flying.
But the best part is Link was right behind me and just his state of like terror and shock. Yeah. He's like they couldn't believe what he just saw. Cracks me up every time.
Yeah, it was funny.
What's up? But my butt hurts. My hip hurts. My arm hurts. I'm alright.
That was funny. When it wasn't funny at the time, I freaked out, man. That shit just pisses me off.
Yeah, he was mad. Oh, those are my frozen face, Jeanette. I'm really good at it. I was froze like Texas and Mississippi. Yeah, Mississippi, I heard it's pretty cold too. It's crazy.
Insanity going on right now.
No. Just over there. Keep it over there.
2020 started off on fire, and this one's starting off on frozen.
Oh, look, there's Sheree. She's back.
Yay.
Let's see. It helps knowing y'all are there for us if we need anything.
Oh, look, Devin's 7 months clean.
Where's Devin? What's up, Debs? Right here?
Yeah.
Boom. By the power of recovery, Discord servers, and spirituality, I'm 7 months clean and serene.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yes. And there's Rogine.
Nice to see ya.
What's up? Let's see who we got. It was glorious. I do it with style.
Oh, man. I wish the camera was on the stairs. That was
I know,
funny.
me too. I would have liked to see what that looked like. It looked like this, guys.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. Yeah, do that. I'm okay now, kind of.
You okay? We definitely ask, are you okay? And then laugh, 100%.
Yeah. Way to get that in the right order, or you would have been in trouble. Brad's got barbecue weather. So does Des. Lucky.
Psst.
If I missed you and didn't tell you hello, I apologize. Oh, look, Nicole's here.
Nicole!
Sometimes it jumps on me.
Her laughing in the Zoom meeting at you was making me laugh.
She was laughing at me?
Remember we were like, please just fell down the stairs, and she was like cracking up. Watching Nicole laugh was cracking me up.
I think it was like half out of it, partially concussion, because I don't remember.
Dying.
And I just remember my stomach hurt. I was about to throw up.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Jim. And Marcio, I knew I seen another name in there. What's up?
Oh, cool. Nice to see you. Yeah, drop those clean dates. If you're new here, let us get to know you. Drop the clean dates. We can say what's up and congratulations and all that good stuff. Time is it? Is it 15 after? Almost 15 after.
Yeah, that's everybody. Hello, everybody. You want this back? You guys have such a powerful vibe. We can definitely see the podcast blowing up and becoming very, very popular.
Thank you, Devin. Appreciate that. This is the vibes we go for right here. Good ones only.
Good ones.
Good ones only.
And recovering addict.
All right. If you're not a part of the Discord, Felice is going to drop that in there. And make sure you're part of this because you can actually ask questions in the Discord. And this is the segment we're going to run right now. We got a lot of questions. And these are good recovery questions. So let's get to it. All right, the questions from the Discord. Today we got one from Matt. It says, taking the right approach when someone comes to you for help. Best tips for that, in my opinion. And the big book does talk about it, and she clarified what page that was on. And it's on page 89, Working with Others, chapter 7. Really old school-based type of AA. Good. It's good stuff, right? But how I help others is obviously when somebody approaches you, you don't judge them, and you don't try to solve all their problems at once. You know, a lot of times just listening the first little while is all they need at that moment. It's just a nice listening, understanding ear. What's up? The truth, Jerry up in the house. And so just to listen and then don't try to solve their problems and say, oh, you need to do this and you need to do that. This is my approach. So, I mean, take it for what it's worth. And then I just tell them my story. I say, hey, look, we're not that different because a lot of times people that are coming into recovery, coming out of addiction, they've gone through trauma, they've gone through bad stuff, just like all of us. But if you remember when you were there, you probably approached the rooms with nobody has the problems I have. My problems are way worse than all y'all. Nobody understands what I'm going through. And then what? We figured out, okay, yeah, I'm not unique in this situation. We're all the same. You know, some people have suffered a little more than others or a little less than others. But at the end of the day, their sufferings are suffering, you know. So I'd like to listen, make them feel loved, warmed, welcomed. And then I share my story to show that we have a lot in common. And then I just share what I did and say, hey, if you want that, this is the steps I took. Maybe you should try that too. And you don't do that all in 5 minutes. You know, you take time, build a relationship, and you show genuine love, genuine empathy for that person. If you can actually get into a place inside yourself when you look at somebody else with empathy, maybe even look at that person as like you in the past, you could be more empathetic. I don't know. But that's how I do it. True love and true empathy just says a lot right out the gate, just from that approach alone. Any questions or any comments?
Everybody says that all those with their clean time milestones is killing it.
Yes. Love those milestones.
Steph's been representing her hoodie all day.
Covering Addict. We do have merch for sale. Felice will drop the website in there sometime too.
Jeanette's got a comment.
Yeah, Jeanette, keep an open mind about what may help you. Sometimes even when it sounds crazy to you. Yeah. That's true. A lot. That's like our best thinking got us to where we were. It's time to start trying new things, and as far as what other people are suggesting that we try. You know, hey, try feeling and then talking about it. Oh, okay, I'll try that. I never used to do that. And then you try it, and wow, you feel better. It's crazy. But yeah, absolutely. Even if it's hard, get out of your comfort zone. Heck yeah, Dan, jump in that Discord. Say what's up when you get there. Brad says, I spent the longest time thinking my story was awful. I'll never quit drinking, using. I'm a lost cause, but everyone has the same story as me, right? I did too. When I went to that IOP, I was arrogant. I was a just jerk face kind of guy. Yeah, just my typical self and dry drunk. You know, I had a month or so clean, and I'm like, nobody's been through, nobody. And when I went through my son's accident, you know, I held him in my arms. His eyes popped. You know, it was trash. It was insane. It was crazy. But, you know, and I think I got the top story in the place, you know, and then I come to find out, oh, this person over here saw her boyfriend OD and die. I found him and he's dead. You know what I mean? This guy actually lost his children. Okay, maybe my story's not as unique, you know. Pretty crazy. Jim dropping the 8-11-11 bomb on us. I love it. Sober Rob says, I had to change everything, and I'm using a better approach thanks to LT. You're welcome, Aubrey. Love it. Malcolm Ashley says, howdy, it's me. Started without me. Sorry, brother. 8 o'clock on the dot, we hit play. I know what you mean, brother. Dan Richards in the house. If y'all don't know Dan, you're gonna, because he's going to be a part of, he's the new guy in the videos. He actually has a live stream on Sunday mornings, very, very early, 3 a.m. Utah Mountain Time. He's been running his own live stream here on this channel, and he's very in-depth in our Discord. He's always at the 1 o'clock meeting. Very awesome dude. Get to know him. And he's the new guy in the AA Stereotypes video.
Oh, yeah. Watch that video. It's a good one.
I thought my story was bad, but other people had it much worse, in all honesty, right? Yeah, my son's accident, that was pretty bad, but remove that, and yeah, mine wasn't that bad either. You know, even when I was a meth addict, I was out doing the stupid meth stuff, you know, hiding in the dark shadows and only, you know, coming out to smoke cigarettes kind of a thing, and ended up getting locked up, but nothing crazy happened. I mean, we did some crazy stuff, but a lot of more people have it way worse than I ever did.
I like what Devin's got to say there. Every single person's story is unique, regardless of the current societal construct. Humans have an unhealthy habit of comparing our tragedies to other people's tragedies in order to find comfort. Yeah,
that goes with that saying, like, oh, over somewhere in a third world country, they have it worse than you. Does that really make you feel better? No.
No, your problems. You're sad. You're sad.
I used to be tweaker, bro. I used to be a pizzle, smoking tweaker. Polly Pinch in the house. What's going on?
And happy 1 year tomorrow to Petey.
Petey, 1 year, man. I remember when Petey got out of rehab.
That's That's crazy.
That is so cool.
Time goes by so fast.
I love the longer this goes on and those clean dates start popping, the more we get to know each other and just to watch each other grow. You're all watching me and Felice grow. We're watching y'all grow. Love it.
That's exactly what happened to me. I thought I was the worst in rehab. Finally went to a meeting and realized my story was nothing compared to everyone else. Our stories are all different, but we all share the pain, suffering, and misery, and that's what bonds us addicts together. Amen, Jim.
All right. So our next question comes from our very own Nicole. She says, navigating medical necessities. She's like, what's up with that? And I was like prescribed by your doctor? And she's like, yeah. You know, the stuff that we just went through? So basically, I just went through a surgery. They prescribed me opiates. Opiates was never my drug of choice. I hate the feeling of opiates. They make me nauseous to begin with. But when I was a tweaker, you know how when you're into drugs, you run across all the different types of worlds, and I ran through the heroin world for a minute and watched them. And I was just like, I think I smoked heroin one time, but it just never appealed to me. So long story short, opiates ain't my thing. I don't like it. I didn't like it then. I don't like it today. So I take the prescription, not knowing, because I just got my leg, cut on the inside thigh by the veins and nerves and all that. So I didn't know. I was like, man, maybe this thing's going to hurt a lot worse than I think. So I keep them in the cupboard. And if it's going to hurt, I'm going to take one because screw pain, right? And the obsession of mind, I took one because it was hurting. And then the obsession of mind kicked in. I'm like, I don't even like opiates, but knowing that they're there and that I could take more and make this feeling even better and get away from this pain and numb all this stuff. And I could just take more. And then, I'll half one and then I'll take another half later. And then maybe I'll, and I started like having that mull around, that old obsession. So I was like, you know what? Dump, flush, problem solved. Got rid of the opiates. So I didn't take any, except I took was it half of one? I took a half of one. And so that's how I dealt with that. But it's subjective. I mean, you have to know your limits and what your doctor tells you. First off, we're not doctors or psychiatrists and none of that. So follow your psychiatrist, your counselor, and your doctor's advice to a T. They know what you need. Maybe they don't. There's just opinionated here. But if you go in and they say they prescribe to you Ritalin or Adderall or other kinds of medications, right? Do it as the doctor prescribes. So the reason I even say that is because back in the day, I've been diagnosed ADD, ADHD. I was prescribed Ritalin as a child. And now I look at it and I still have the ADD effects. I have a hard time sitting and concentrating for, the whole thing, right? Now, would I go and take Ritalin and Adderall now? Probably not. Even if the doctor was like, this could help you. Knowing that if I do, because I know, like, if I did cocaine or if I did, like, any type of speed, it's not high enough for me. I have to go get meth. Just like when I drink whiskey, one bottle's not enough. I got to drink 2 or 3 until I passed out. So I would say do research. And I think, Nicole, that we're at an age now, we kind of really know what we're getting ourselves into. And if you're talking yourself into it or not. And if you really need it or not. So it's subjective to you and your personality and your drug of choice, where it could lead you. I mean, I think we know ourselves well enough at this age, this far into our recovery, to make a good decision on that. Hopefully that answers the question.
Yeah, she was referring to medications as like an escape. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a justifiable escape. The doctor told me. Here in Utah, it's one of the most heavily medicated states on the planet. And that's how they get around it. It's really LDS, so they don't drink. They don't smoke weed. It's really conservative. But the doctor said I need it, and now it's okay. And that's just a great way to justify things.
No excuse, though. That's right.
I just meant, is it easy to escape from more than just pain? Oh, yeah. Doctor prescribed pills. Get you high. No excuses, though. That's true.
I think we all do that. I think addicts need to feel pain sometimes. Being numb is a bad thing for me.
Agreed.
The only way a controlled substance will ever enter my body is if I'm in a coma and a proxy makes a decision against my will. I hated active addiction and now I'm out of it. Never again. Legalized to drug dealers.
Thank you, Petey. And that's just my opinion. That's just how I would handle it myself. You know. The next question we have is, when is the best time to start the 12 steps? After reading some of it, it seems scary. I would agree with that. Is there a point where it's too late or too early? I'm living in a lot of conflict right now. They have it different. It varies. We have a place here in Utah. It's over in the valley, and they run you through the 12 steps like as fast as they can. As soon as you're in recovery, it's like, boom, you're doing the 12 steps within a month. You've gone through all 12. Is that a good approach? I don't know. I think getting that seed planted and you get all that education, whether it's going to stick or not, is up to the individual. Is it ever too late? No. And the reason I say no is because I go through the 12 steps. And I think the whole world, addicted to drugs and alcohol or not, would benefit from going through the 12 steps. Any normie out there that's not happy, any person unhappy at their jobs, discontent with life in general, I think if they worked the 12 steps, they would be happier all around. I think the 12 steps is something that's good for anybody at any point in time in any part of their life, addict or not.
Oh, yeah. 100% agree with that.
But the caution note on that too is with addicts and the new stigma that's out there now in recovery, new approaches to things would be to approach this 12 steps humbly and take your time doing them. Don't stress yourself out about it. It's not something you need to freak out about, but take the time you need. Everybody's recovery is different. Some fast, some, to the 9th step promise, sometimes fast, sometimes slow, right? If it takes you a year or two to get through the steps, but you're doing it thoroughly and it's making a change in you, good. If you can bust out the steps in a month and it benefited you, that's great too.
One is too many, 1,000's never enough. Lish says, I did the 12 steps in one day, but not my first time.
That's cool.
Did them multiple times. That's what? Years of experience right there?
Yeah, I do the 12 steps. If I'm having a bad day and say I've made a mistake throughout the day and I'm beating myself up, I've laid like at night and just meditated through the 12 steps. I'll concentrate, step 1, I'm powerless. And then I go to step 2, and I believe in a higher power and I do it. I go through the whole motions inside my head, and you can actually, I highly suggest if you are doing the 12 steps and the 12 steps is something you're getting into, to memorize all 12. We had to memorize all 12 before we could transition out of our IOP, but do memorize them, because then you can actually think and replay and meditate on them, and you don't have to read, and you don't get sidetracked. And do that. If you're having a bad day, just meditate through all 12 steps and think on them and make adjustments in your mind as you go through it. And it takes about 10, 15 minutes or longer, and it will change your outlook. It's awesome. All right, we got another question. We got lots of questions today. I love it.
I love question 9. This
Me
is
too.
Recovering Addict Q&A.
Yeah. This person asks, is refuge recovery helpful? It's a form of AA with Buddhist mindset. Anyone else tried it before? I think Stephanie had a comment on there. She said, was it Stephanie or is it Jeanette? I have all the literature for this, and it's what I practice, and I'm coming up on 2 years. So yeah, that AA is, you get to step 2. They start talking to God of your own understanding, right? If it's that approach and it helps you to stay clean and sober, then yeah, it's definitely. I've never tried it. I started reading it because I had never even heard of it. But it says, Refuge Recovery believes that training our hearts and minds to see clearly and to respond our lives with understanding and non-harming can free us from the addiction. In the beginning, some of these practices may seem confusing or counter-instinctual, and indeed some of them are, but we believe they provide a clear path to freedom. I would definitely read through this. I probably will, just so I can get my mind around it, but The 4 foundations of mindfulness is what they do. Mindfulness of body, breath, mindfulness of feelings, mindfulness of mind and states, which is all good things, mindfulness of mind and object, which is truth, right? You got heart practice meditation, kindness towards all experience, compassion, forgiveness towards the suffering we experience and have caused, appreciation towards pleasure, and understanding the reality of ongoing change. I think it could definitely, mindfulness is a great thing. So yeah, I would say that's a good thing. I'll drop the link to that right here.
Oh, LT's got it. You win.
There we go.
Hey, what's up, Project Chains? Was that you?
Yes.
Oh, just kidding. She's not here.
All right, another question. It might be. Oh, Jim says, why is it so important? You got it?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it so important to maintain a well-balanced recovery, both mentally and physically? This is a good question. And it's really common sense in a sense. I Googled it just to see what would pop up. And it says, a healthy lifestyle can help prevent the onset or worsening of mental health conditions. So if you're on top of your game and you're keeping your health up, your mental health and your physical health up, it's going to prevent it from getting worse. That's a benefit right there. Conditions like depression and anxiety, right? As well, on top of depression and anxiety, being physically and mentally healthy is going to help with heart disease, diabetes, obesity, and other chronic health problems. It can also play a big role in helping people recover from these conditions. Giving your body the fuel that it needs with the spiritual mind stuff that it needs as well is going to help you think clear, make better decisions, have more energy. You're going to have longevity of energy and longevity of life, Lord willing. And it's just all, I think it's a wholeness. That's why in the big book, it even talks about as soon as you get better, after a while, you start taking care of the physical. And since Felice and I have been working out, a good workout will change your mind immediately. On top of just, I feel better now throughout the day. I'm not sluggish, and I still go tired and all that stuff, but all that stuff, it's good for you. And I love the preventing the onset of worsening. That is a good one. More questions? Next question. Oh, Devin dropped one up in here. He said, how long? Let me copy. You got it? Or I got it?
It looks like you got it.
That's a big one. That's a big one. Hopefully it does it. It might do it. Nope, of course it doesn't. But if I do it on Facebook, it will. All right, so this question's from Devin right here. Bam. How long in recovery should I wait to reconnect with certain family members that smoke marijuana, even if it doesn't bother me, in order to be safe as possible? I know I can't force my recovery view on others, but I don't want to completely cut off my family members. I get it. Especially my brother and my father, who smoke medicinal, and drink on occasion. Thanks in advance. This is what I do. I do not put myself in a high-risk situation. That's my motto. I have it on the back of some of our T-shirts. Do not put yourself in a high-risk situation. You've got 7 months under your belt. It may not be your drug of choice, but anything will do in a pinch. I say that all the time as well. Opiates are not my drug of choice, but I had the obsession of mine because of this surgery that it could have done in a pinch, so I had to get rid of them. I would wait. I don't know. If my brother, because my brother, he's a cowboy beer drinker, right? All the time has a beer in his hand. If we have a barbecues or anything in the get-togethers, I show up early before the drinking starts, and then right as you see drinking's about to start, we usually bail. I visit them on times that they're not doing that. And you may say, oh, they smoke it daily, all day, every day. Invite them out. You don't have to go to that place where they do that. Invite them to your place and say, hey, if you're going to get high there, but leave the stuff there and you can come over. Or take them out to dinner, take them out to lunch, go to Starbucks. Remove the situation. Remove the potential hazard or harm or high risk situation, and connect there. Zoom meetings for a while could work, until you've got a bunch of years under your belt, until you feel totally comfortable. But it, like I said, it's subjective and it's up to you. But my warning is, do not put yourself in a high risk situation. I say that all the time.
For me, I have to be super vigilant in the things that are chemical imbalances and what aren't. I'm not somebody who will ever not be able to see a psychiatrist.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Counseling's a good thing.
Yeah.
Counseling's really good. And if you see somebody who has the pedigree, the doctorate on the wall, who understands mental health, and that's the type of person you desire to have counsel you, that's awesome. Some people will go to pastors and have them counsel. If I had my choice, I would go and talk to Lucas Counterman probably once a month. He would be, and he's a pastor out in Salt Lake. But even like having a sponsor, in a sense, is that same thing. Just somebody to help us see reality, check ourselves. We have to throw what we're thinking out loud and bring it to reality. And then they can go, hey, I think you're perceiving this wrong. And they help you out, help you make decisions. Totally like human connection. That's what we're made to do.
Yeah. I went and seen an older, more wiser lady at our church once a week, and she helped me out a lot. Thanks, Sunray. Ask your question there, Polly. I didn't see your question.
In the Discord or on the chat?
I think in the chat. I didn't see it in the Discord.
Devin says, so maybe I should talk to them and have them come to my house instead and have them leave everything at their home. Yeah.
Yeah. Genius.
Just, think your way through the situation. We're going to get into this article on problem solving here in a second, I hope. If we don't, we'll do it next time.
Lish has her therapist on speed dial.
Does she? That's good.
Ep says can't drive a car with a flat tire without doing more damage. If you fix a tire, the car is fine. And you realize you have to keep up the maintenance.
Yeah, 100%. Brad says, how long? Let me drop this in the chat so I can bring it up and read it to everybody.
I think maybe only got half of it.
Daggone. Next question.
We have Austin Powers. Bring on the shots.
How long in recovery is a good time to reach out to your old drinking buddies that you can't be around anymore? But of one that could seriously use the friendship and the help, but he has no one else in his family that is trying to help him get clean. And he isn't reaching out. Maybe he doesn't want to, You can't force recovery on people. You can't force your views on people. You can't nobody was going to get me to quit. I was going to quit when I was going to quit, period. Like I said before, don't put yourself in a high risk situation. Pull them out of that environment if you want to speak with them. When they're not drinking and drunk and you have concerns, you say, hey, I feel like you're harming yourself with this stuff, and start planting seeds. That's about all we can do. But take care of yourself, because more likely than not, they will drag you down than you drag them up, especially if they don't want the help. But to be a friend to this guy that has nobody, be a friend to him. Shoot him healthy text messages of, gratitude and inspiration. Send him a card. And call him. Just call him on the phone. Hey, how you doing? How you feeling? What's going on? Oh, you're a little drunk right now. Okay, I'll call you tomorrow. It's pointless to talk to a drunk, especially when they're right at blackout too. Mm-hmm. They ain't gonna remember it anyway.
Yeah, just let him know that he's loved and he's not alone.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
Just love him without harming yourself.
Love him till he loves himself. When a person is ready to do it, as anyone who has jumped off the high diving board. Yeah, you have to be ready.
Yeah.
Scary when you're not ready and you try and jump. That video is pretty funny. The chick that that went off the 3-tier.
Oh yeah. Hits her legs and flips. She was not ready to let go.
She wasn't ready to let go.
Go ahead.
Will there ever be a time that you can be around things that you've done? What if you're around it and don't crave. Don't cave.
That's subjective. There's people that, there's people in recovery. They can go, if their main drug was, some type of chemical where they're shooting up or smoking or whatever, right? They get 15, 20 years under their belt and they can actually drink a beer. There's an average temperate drinker who could drink a beer every once in a while. Is that you? I don't know. Is that me? Not right now. I'm going to keep myself away from that because I know me. I'm already in a mindset this last couple of weeks, and I've shared this in Zoom meetings, and I'm waiting for a big change, something to happen. And I kind of just said it without even thinking about it. I was like, I think I'm looking for a party. And I was like, oh, geez, that's probably what I'm doing. I'm looking to have fun and get excited and get my adrenaline rush and have a rush and make everybody laugh and, ride a horse and fall off or something. But I wouldn't personally go around it for a long time. But and then I think I'll go back to Polly. Polly had a sponsor. His name was Tommy, who showed up into one of our Zoom meetings like 8 months ago. And I was telling him how I was coveting. I was jealous of this lawyer. We were watching this thing on DuPont, right? And the lawyer had a bad day in court. He went and got like a 12-pack of beer, walked past his wife and said, leave me alone. I'm going to get drunk tonight. And he goes to the back porch, drinks all the beers, woke up, hungover, gets over it, boom, moves on. And that's it. He had one night where he just got plastered and moved on. I was like, dang, I wish I could do that. And Tommy was like, I don't even see the point of that. He goes, well, he said that he's at a point in his recovery. It's just like, why? I don't need that. I don't need to put that poison in my body to get through any situation ever. I have way better skills to make myself feel better in any given situation. So it's like I said, it's subjective. Where do you want to be? And how far are you willing to grow to get there?
When I was a bartender in Oklahoma, there was, and still to this day, is a guy who went through recovery, and he still comes to the bar every day to be around his friends and drinks water.
Good on that dude.
Guy can do it.
Yeah. I know my view on recovery, the more I learn, is changing. And this will come out in a lot of videos that I have coming out here in the next year. But my views are changing on a lot of things about legalities and actual addiction and all kinds of stuff. But as I grow, the more I will share all that. Why am I not able to share the show? I have no idea.
Copy and paste.
Long hold, copy, paste. Oh,
there
and
used
who
to be a
dropped
share
$2?
button.
Thank you, Devin.
Oh, on YouTube? I have no idea.
Do you have
Well,
Recovering Addict merch shop? We do, brother. I'll drop the link right here.
Did we get a photo of the day yet?
Huh, that's weird.
Mine has a share button. Maybe it's just a view you're looking at. I don't know.
Did we get a photo of the day yet?
Oh, shoot. I always forget to invite Cassie now, too. Dang it.
I got it.
Linky has the quote of the day.
Act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. William James.
Oh, act as if what you do makes a difference. Because it does. Epi said hi.
Happy.
Jim said that going to a bar like that guy would be playing with TNT for him.
Yeah, me too. I may make it through a couple times. It's eventually, I'd be like, I can have one. And then a year later, I'd find myself regularly drinking again. That's how my drinking went last time. It started out, I think we started going fishing, and I would take like 6-pack of Corona, and we'd just troll the fishing. And then my buddy would come over, and the 6-pack turned into a 12-pack. And then we had one huge blowout birthday party for me when I was 34, where I really tied it on. And then after that, I started drinking more hard liquors, tequilas. And then it got to where it was once a month. And then it was every weekend. And then it was, during the week. And then it just became as much as I could drink any given chance I had.
Yeah, that was your pattern. Beer, liquor. Beer, liquor.
Yes. Beer, liquor. I feel like it's chill mode.
Chill mode. Act as if what you do makes a difference. Because it does.
That one took me a couple times to read. It's definitely not me because I'm an addict, and I know doing anything will always lead me back to my addiction. I still visit friends in active addiction, but don't go out, just visit to ask them to come to a meeting with me. Oh, there you go. Yeah, sometimes you just have to change your whole friends. Like, new friends are okay friends.
Love you, Lish. Have a good night.
Sometimes you don't have in common with those old friends anymore. You grow and build new friends, and that's okay too.
Yeah, Gary V put something on TikTok. I believe I shared it in the Discord. But he's like, are you tired of being where you're at? Make new friends. He's like, go to meetup.com. And I did. I do what Gary V tells me to do. He goes, go to meetup.com and start meeting people that like, and it's not a dating app. It's a like-minded app for people who are photographers or
Fun friend.
Yeah, find a group of friends, right? And so I went through there and clicked all the videographies and screenwriting and all that kind of stuff. And now I got a meeting next Monday on Zoom with a bunch of people I don't know. And I'm just going to introduce myself, tell them what I do. And he's like, you know what? I don't care if that dude was your friend from 4th grade. He's still at his mom's basement smoking weed. He's holding you back. Find new friends. Where do you want to be in life? And then surround yourself with people. And that's what I'm doing, with people that who where you want to be in life. And so now I'm going to start involving myself around town in the Salt Lake area with film people. The one that I'm going to next Monday is actually, we all bring our skills to the table. From what I read, I don't know yet completely because it'll be my first one, but it sounds like you bring your skill set to the table. They have an idea and you provide whatever you have that they may need. You know, like this guy's like, I got a camera. This guy's like, I got a drone. This guy's like, I can write really good. And they all come together and they create something beautiful. And so it's going to be really cool to be a part of.
That is cool.
Yeah. So go to meetup.com.
What's sober up say? Oh, is it 9 shots of whiskey first? Then I can have
Yep. I was the same way. Let me get 3/4 of the way through this pint and then I'll be ready to hang out with y'all. What? Did you see my... I got ice on my leg, you guys.
Right, going out to eat with my recovery family and also doing service work for Hearts and Hands Ministry every week is such a blessing to me now.
Yeah.
So cool.
Exactly. Love it. All right. So recovery, problem solving. Man, we only got, 10 minutes to get over this? Y'all have heard the famous quote, right? You only fail when you quit trying. You only fail when you quit trying. That's a catchphrase that can apply to any situation in life, including addiction recovery. Look at it this way. Most successful people got where they are by never giving up. If they failed at something, they tried again with a different approach. And they kept trying until they got the desired result. That's something we need to take on ourselves and do. So how can a recovering addict adapt this attitude and apply it in their situation to help them remain drug-free? They can begin by learning a more effective problem solving. We have to learn new skills. When we come into addiction, right? We have built a crappy personality that we don't like anymore. Everybody around us don't like the personality, and it's mostly survival skills on how to stay high and drunk and numb the pain, right? Usually. Or you like to party and you're addicted to the adrenaline and all the rush stuff. You know, either way, you have this old mindset. And now we have to learn new skills on top of how to get through it. Cravings, how to talk and interact with people, but also how to solve problems that come our way, right? Because we're going to inevitably face problems. And Dan said it so awesome on his channel on his live stream that he was talking about, or he was here when he said that. He's like, yeah, I had a flat tire. I was like, this morning? He's like, yeah, wouldn't it have been nice if I could have scheduled that flat tire or something to that effect? He goes, but life, you can't schedule that kind of stuff. And I was like, that's a great attitude.
You're on a smoother road, then life just comes up and punches you right in the face.
Yeah, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson. What's the other one? There's another one I like, but I don't have my phone.
So this skill right here, problem solving, is essential for recovering addicts because they will face many challenges on their way to sober living. The ability to resolve daily issues is vital for relapse prevention. And we saw a beautiful display of problem solving today in recovery. I loved it. And everybody that was in the Zoom very early this morning and throughout till 4 o'clock this afternoon, props to all you all for being there.
Thanks, bud.
You know, us addicts, we are more likely to get high and ignore a problem before ever putting any forth effort, right, towards resolving the issue. But we often find that the problem is still there when we sober up, and then we're right back to square one. How many times have we procrastinated? That's one of our character defects, right? Procrastination, putting things off. I'll take care of it later. Let's get high. You know, you wake up the next morning, you feel like crap, shame, and boom, there's the problem still there, but maybe it has late fees now. It's a vicious cycle that traps us addicts. It's a never-ending loop of unresolved issues, right? And over time, our critical thinking skills and coping skills diminish even more. So the longer we're in addiction, the longer we're in that mindset, the worse our skills have gotten. It's just like anything in life. If you don't practice at it, you don't get, if you used to play the guitar and you stop playing the guitar, you're not going to pick it up and be as good as you used to be when you let go. And the same thing happens with life, right? So, basic steps for effective problem solving. Learning to face and deal with problems helps recovering addicts reach a higher level of personal growth that's going to aid in relapse prevention. That's our goal, is to not relapse, right? With each accomplishment, self-esteem and self-confidence improve, leading to additional achievements. So it's good to problem solve and achieve things because it lifts your self-esteem, which lifts your spirits, lifts your everything, right? You move on and you grow. But it's never easy to let go of old habits, especially when you're a recovering addict who is trying hard every day just to stay sober. You don't think you can handle any more challenges. You must remember that everyone has problems. You also feel anxious about your ability to handle the problems. And guess what? You're not alone. It's okay, right? But where do you begin? Where do you begin?
That's a good question.
What do you think? Oh, thank you, Marilyn.
Well, they're just talking to Lauren. And Abby says, I learned I was too afraid to ask what I should be doing and chose to do what I thought people would accept. By the time I noticed it was wrong, it wasn't too late. I just had to ask and learn.
All right, so back to problem solving real quick. To relieve some of your anxieties about problem solving, here are a few tips that can make your process easier. Determine the specific nature of the problem. If the problem seems too large, try to break it down into smaller segments that you can tackle one at a time. You're looking at a big court situation, right? Maybe you got legal issues, you got lawyer costs, you got restitution, maybe you're facing jail time. Don't look at it all in a whole. Look at how you can tackle each one independently and make it smaller and easier for yourself. And apply that to anything. That was just an example I came up with. And then come up with as many solutions as you think of, right? Don't just go, oh, that'll solve the problem. Say, oh, is there like 4 different ways I could try to solve this problem? And write all those down. And a good idea, too, is to ask for input from friends or family or the Discord. Jump in there and say, hey, I got this problem. Any advices? And 9 times out of 10, somebody's gone through it and is going to be able to help you with some options,
I got a quote that could help you through hard times. The purpose of our lives is to be happy.
Yeah. Yeah. Purpose of our life is to be happy. I just want to be happy. Don't you just want to be happy? Thank you, Stephanie.
Thanks, Steph.
Appreciate that a ton. Thank you for believing in our message and what we're doing.
I believe you.
Narrow down your solutions.
Let's talk about his question above. I was waiting for you to finish. It's off topic.
That's okay. So, and then narrow down your solutions, right? Consider the possible negative or positive outcomes of each choice. List the short and long-term consequences you might expect to encounter. The old thing, pros and cons. Make a list, right? Should I date this person? Pros, cons. And literally make those lists help out a ton. And then make your decision. There's really no right or wrong answer. You won't know what works if you don't try. And get out of your comfort zone. Make an attempt and fail. Failure is a good thing. That's where we learn, right? You don't fail, you learn. In judo, we had a guy that would always say there's winners and there's learners. There's not losers. There's winners and learners because you get better when you lose. just like us. We've failed along this road. We've tried this and tried that. This worked, this didn't. And we just, well, okay, that doesn't work. We remove that. We try this. And then we just keep plugging it away that way. And that's what we're going to continue to do. And then implement your plan. Take a note of the outcome and use that information as a learning tool for the next time around. Lesson learned. Boom. And then on top of that, you have something to teach somebody else. You become the wise one in the room, right?
I don't know if there's going to be a Zoom meeting, Polly.
Brad, you doing Zoom tonight? Brad's our Zoom, late night Zoom master.
He's our Yoda of Zoom.
Yeah. He's probably fell asleep. All right, so next time we get back, we'll get into some critical thinking skills and the importance of skills training. This is good stuff. I'm going to drop the link in case you guys want to get into this article. Until then, I will drop it in the Discord, right in recovery content. It is in there, and if you're in the Discord, you have access to that article.
I'm going to put the Discord link again. And then if you're done with that, you can...
Oh, Dan, you made it.
Question.
He made it to the Discord.
Sundays.
All right, Dan, let me give you our schedule. I have a banner to show you our schedule because we have more to offer than just these live streams, man. So every day, right here, what hand is it? This hand. Every day at 1 o'clock, we have, if you're in the Discord, and which you are now, you'll see the link, and we have a meeting every day at 1 p.m. That's Mountain Time, Utah time. Sundays, we have a Zoom meeting at 6 o'clock. It's a spiritual Zoom if you're into that thing. And then at 8 o'clock on Sunday, we have a live stream. And then Monday, from 7 to 9, we have first hour a class, the next hour a recovery meeting. And then Tuesday, which we're at right now, we have this live stream. Wednesday, we have the recovery class again, and the recovery meeting at 8. Thursday, we got Jake, who does the live stream. And then Friday, we have a Zoom at 8. And also on Sundays, I haven't updated the schedule, but Dan, a different Dan, he does a live stream very, very early in the morning. You can take a screenshot of that. But all that information right here is also in the Discord. But that's what we have to offer. And it's, like I said, what we have here and I say we, I don't say me and Felice, we, all of us, right? Everybody in the chat, everybody in the Discord, Facebook pages and everything. We have recovery in our pocket. Everybody's carrying these all the time now. You need support. You are literally 5 seconds away from reaching out. Wait a couple minutes. Sometimes it's instantly, and sometimes it takes 10 minutes for somebody to get back to you. Excuse me. Sweet.
I'll circle back around to your question from Devin. What?
Did you just say circle back?
Hmm? Why?
I'll tell you later.
Question for Link, if he's willing. How long did it take to physically recover from the accident? It was a head crush.
Brad, do you want me to confront this right now?
Do it.
It's a yes or no question, bro. Are you having a late night stream? If so, yes, I will drop that link in the Zoom here in about 3 minutes, or in the Discord.
It took Link
Freaking Brad. You're lucky you don't live
60
close,
days.
bro. Recovery is a swipe away. Yeah, Epi. He coined it. I love it. Bring it on, tough guy. You brought a bucket over me to soak my... Oh, now that is sweet.
Yes.
That is sweet.
Okay, so yes, tonight, directly after this live stream, there will be a recovery Zoom meeting y'all can jump into and love and support one another. Heck yeah, that is so cool, man. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here for my recovery, Felice's recovery, and everybody else's recovery. Thanks for giving me an opportunity to help. Thank you for helping me when I'm down and I get to vent. I love it. What did you say about?
I put the stream up there.
Oh, you did?
Back to Devin's question, 60 days.
60 days?
That's how long it took. You didn't even listen to the question.
What was his question?
How long did it take Link to physically recover?
Oh, he's still recovering, but he was in the hospital for 2 months. Then he came home with a trach and a feeding tube, and then he's continued to progress. He's still recovering.
Yeah, but as far as like his physical body and walking and all that, it's
Couple months.
60 plus ish.
You heard it here first, bro. I didn't want to freaking tie you into a schedule, but every single night, 7 days a week, there's going to be I'm just kidding. After the live streams, Brad has dedicated himself to having a recovery Zoom immediately after. Brad,
Cool.
you know I love you.
Good job, Brad.
Oh, Lord, don't get upset. Am I upside down? Again?
Are you still here, Polly? The answer is yes.
Polly.
Holy
All right, ready? God,
God,
grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen.
I still want to, and dear Lord, I want to pray for the suffering out there to get sober and stay sober. Amen.
Amen. Thanks, buddy.
Amen.
Absolutely. Can you read my comment? Can you read my comment before we do that? Which one? He said, hold on, little Jay. We're still here.
I don't know which one.
This one? Read my comment on Facebook live stream. Oh, boy.
That's Jeffrey, right?
I definitely disagree about the guitar thing. It's my talent, and I wrote music so I would never forget how to play guitar or piano. It depends on the person, but I am not. So if you took 2 years off of playing guitar, you would be just as good as you were. You wouldn't have to knock the rust off of it. That was my point.
Is that the one?
Is that the one?
Yes. That's our boy.
This is our boy.
This is Link before that one.
Killing me, Smalls.
If it still exists.
Hold on. I'm looking, brother. I'm looking. Oh, it doesn't go back far enough. Sorry. That's Felice's fault. We'll blame her for tonight.
I didn't see it.
Until Thursday.
Sorry, bro. Maybe if you're in the Discord, we can jump in there and talk about it.
Until Thursday.
Thursday?
He said we'll talk in Zoom.
All right, cool.
That's perfect.
Sorry, bro. I apologize. All right, so Thursday night will be our next live stream. That'll be Jake. So until then, do not put yourself in a high-risk situation. Stay strong, work your program, and remember, we recover better together.